All right. Okay, so today is January 18th, 2023. All right, I didn't do a recap yesterday, so I'm going to try and do it today for both days. Look at this beautiful bear trend, but I missed most of it. No, I mean, it's just one of those things. All right, so where are we? Let's start with yesterday. So I'll put up my trades. Yesterday didn't start off very well. Um, I didn't particularly trade this part of the day well. Um, but then kind of fixed myself up and traded the rest, but couldn't trade the whole day. Okay, so what I will do, and I notice whenever I have good trading days, I tend to sort of, you can tell I've had a good day when you see gaps between my entries and exits, and then weird days whenever I'm sort of doing this. And this is something um, I've come to realize I need to, well, is it something you fix or you just stop doing? I stopped doing is the word. I try to address it today, but anyway, so we'll fix it. We'll go into yesterday first. All right, so let's see now. Let's talk about my trades, and then I'll talk about what actually happened. So first trade I shorted here, which was first of all a bad idea. Um, I mean, obviously you see we're forming a wedge down here. But not even just because of that. It was a bad idea because I think it was based around just formal. So if you look at the previous day, I essentially saw this wedge top and thought, okay, we'll probably go down. I think I took the short based on this chart. Um, I ignored the fact that this was going to form three legs up, and therefore even as it was happening, I was very hesitant. Normally, whenever I'm hesitant, I don't have an issue taking a short here with one contract, but then I entered a second one, and that's usually puts me in a very weird um, position. And that also happened today, but we'll talk about yesterday first. So whenever I have two contracts, it throws me off when I'm in there because I'm thinking at the back of my head, I am in too much of a position. Now, to some people, you're only trading two MESs, yes, but this is two contracts on on the number of accounts that I'm trading. I'm using a trade copy on quite a lot of accounts, and therefore I'm trying to make sure I manage the trades properly. Um, and so maybe that kind of weighs on me. But anyway, then this bull bar showed up, and I decided to get out. Then I switched to longs. Now, the fact that I got out and switched to longs was a very bad move. It means that I am not sure what's going on, and I'm now just trading the bars and not really looking at the overall picture of what really is going on. So I went long, and I had this inkling that we'll probably break this high and go higher. Um, then got out as we got here because I then caught myself and I asked myself, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing that? Why am I going in like so haphazardly? So I got out. Then it pulled back. Then I switched to shorts because I thought we had a double top. So this was a bear bar this time. So I went short. Again, haphazard trading. I caught myself. I got out, and I was doing that a lot over here, and I had to stop. Then, yeah, then we had a wedge top here. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to front run it, and I'm going to short. This went higher, higher. This was bar 7, the news bar. Went down for a bit, then went up. Then at one point I thought, oh shoot, what the hell am I doing? This is not working out the way I want. What if it's like one of those days where we hold the MA and then we break out? I mean, it didn't look like that, but what if it was? So I just decided no. Then I went to shorts. Then I went to longs. Then I went to shorts. And I had to stop myself for a bit. By this time, I was already in a bit of a drawdown, and I thought, okay, I don't like what I'm doing. Let me get out. Then I now noticed we had a wedge top here. So I thought, okay, do you know what? Let me look at what's going on here. And I noticed that this is a very big bar coming late in the trend. I was like, this is probably going to be a nice double top short. So I took a short here. And as you can see, I entered quite a bit. And then I caught myself and I thought, that's too much. So I got out straight away as we got down here. Um, Added one more here and then held it down here, started scaling out, scaling out, scaling out. Then took one here, got out here because I thought, hang on, we're testing the low of day. Probably not a good idea. I had the help of looking at this chart when we came down, and I noticed that we're wedging. So that was the reason why I got out. So it was very haphazard, and the reason, again, like I said, it was haphazard was because of this. This threw me off, and it just dawned on me what I was doing. I had no trigger or signal or no setup. See, it's different if I had this wedge and I went long here, put stop here. Then at least I know I can go for something, but there was no setup. Um, so I was a bit upset about myself with that. Anyway, so what happened over here? I went short here because I thought, well, maybe we're trending. I was maybe expecting what happened here. At this point, I now thought if we're trending, we should start making bigger bars. But we haven't gone sideways enough. Maybe not a good trend short. So got out for a small loss of I think about a point and a half. Saw this wedge top. Saw this double top. I went short here, which was below a bear bar on here. I went short below this bar, and oh no, not that bar. Sorry, I went short below this bar, and this went down, and I kept saying to myself, we might get a second bull leg because there's so many bull bars over here. I think we're gonna get a second leg. But I was like seeing so many bear bars, I thought maybe we might just collapse. And the reason what I mean by that is we might just do something like this here, where it looks like we're trying to go up, but we just keep going down. So I thought maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe it's a trend and we're just in the training range phase, and that wasn't the case. Then we now got this bull, but I just got out here next to it was actually quite funny. So short it is, I was hoping we would get like 10 points down here because I was looking for 10 points. Did not get 10 points. Instead, I only got 1 point. So we got down here 7 points and gave everything back. Um, and scalp this whole region because I thought, okay, it's overlapping, limit order market. Therefore, this is probably a second leg up. We're probably going to test this high. It's almost 2 o'clock. I need to stop trading. So I just basically just scalped it. So just went, well, it says I went short and long. Anyway, I went long here, got out for a small profit here. Went short here when I saw this wedge top. Notice that, this is holding the MA. Let me just get out really quickly and took another small profit. So basically got the 10 points I was after over here. So that was yesterday. Now in terms of what happened, essentially what's going on is, and I think I mentioned this in my Instagram, I was like, we're in a two-sided market. This is yesterday, obviously. We have this spike pullback. We're trying to make another high here. This is forming what we call a final flag in this small bull trend. And therefore, we're going sideways. This is such a big up, big down. We're forming a triangle. Um, Therefore, it wasn't. Yeah. So if you see that bear bull trend, we broke the trend line here, new high, and we're kind of essentially we've done this, which is something we've been expecting. But you can see we've been in this trading range. So 2 legs down, 2 legs up. And that 2 legs down again, 2 legs up, and that's literally what's happened for both days actually. Since we now have a wedge, 1, 2, and 3 actually, no 3, a double top. We've come down here. We're heading down. Tested all these support levels. This is probably the one we're going to stop at for a bit for a pullback before we go down again, I think. All right, so that's what's going on at least for the last couple of days. Um, okay, then what happened today? So the same thing, right? Because we are in this trading range, as you can see, we're going sideways, 2 legs up, 2 legs down, 1, pull back 2. It's almost 3 legs, 3 pushes, right? So it's 1, pull back 2, which is 3 pushes, 1, pull back 2, pull back 3. So essentially, what I was looking for was a short above this high. Okay, because we're going to make 3 pushes. So once we got that short, I just went short there. I actually went short a bit earlier, then got out because I was like, I don't like how many bull bars we have. It's not a really good short, and I kept doubting myself about it. Here, so I went short initially on this bar, got out for a small gain, went short again. Didn't like some of the stuff I was seeing with the. I kept saying, this is the issue. Kept doubting myself. Got out for a small gain, went short again below this bar. Again, a lot of indecision. And I think maybe because I entered with 2 contracts each time, I actually had 4 here. Then got out. No, yeah, I got out for a small loss. No, small gain. I can't remember. I was not really losing much. Then I finally shorted here and then saw this come down. I was like, oh, great. But we didn't break the MA. And I wasn't happy with that. We held it, pull back, As to why, I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. I'm thinking it too much. Then we got the second bull bar, and I just took my got out break even, literally. Then what did I do? What do I have getting out here? I probably did a short here and got out again. Yeah, I took a short, got out over here because I didn't looked on the 20k, 2k tick, and I noticed that this was a wedge. So I thought, okay, we're gonna come down, which we did, and I just took my profits here because I said I'm just gonna scalp for 2-3 points because I thought this is a scalper's market. Maybe we're gonna scalp again. It basically was January 5th was what this was reminding me of. January 5th, if I can just show you, was yeah, I thought we were gonna have the inverse version of this market. This is January 5th, where we just kind of started chopping around, and we started chopping around from the open. So essentially, I thought that was literally what we're gonna do. So I thought if that's the case, I might as well just take my profits really quick. Then this bar, by the time I got out, this bar just shot itself down. And I think note to self, just wait till bars close and just wait. Be patient. I wasn't patient today. Wait, wait, wait. This kept going down. I was like, okay, maybe we'll, it's still a trading range. Maybe we'll buy over here. And I did. We got a trigger here, which is a wedge. But obviously this is so tightly down. We had a nice sell signal. I actually held with 2 contracts with this sell, and I got out below when this bar loaded and started going down. So I decided, oops, this is a bad trade. I need to think about what I want to do, and therefore I decided to go short here. Instead of entering with 2 contracts like I've been doing all day, I entered with 1. Now, I was on a mission to make back my losses, so essentially that's exactly what I did. I held it all the way down. At this point, I just could not really trade. I could only scalp this, so it kept on shorting and shorting and shorting. Just scalping for a few points, shorting, scalping. That's literally it. This is a huge breakout. In fact, it's not even done yet. It's one massive breakout. This is a wedge, so we'll probably get a nice trading range tomorrow, if anything. But it's, yeah, a lot of selling. So yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow. We probably still have some room to some sort of support because we've broken this. We're kind of here, but as you can see on the 1 hour chart, this is the ETH. We have just one bull bar, so maybe we might get another bull bar here, and maybe one more before we go sideways. All right, so that's my trading recap for the last couple of days.